It's the high school game of the week on 23 ABC, Friday Night Live. Brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
Welcome to Friday Night Live. I'm Stephen Hicks. We're here at Highland High School, and they just wrapped up a huge East Bakersfield rivalry taking on East. And we got to say that we've never seen crowds like this early in the season. Both sections had huge crowds. East had a large support section, and Highland had a huge support. We just lost some lights here, but Highland, their coach, their second-year coach, Mike Gutierrez, he's leading them, and they won their season opener, but they lost their last two games, so they were looking to get things going early on in this season before league play opens up. So could they get things started with a win? Let's go to the highlights. Highland football getting ready to take on East as they run out of the tunnel, pumped up for this one. Well, the story of the first half was the centers. High snap there to kicker Victor Mendoza. All he can do is get taken down for a huge loss, and that huge field position would quickly disappear. Quarterback for Highlands, Zeke Arambulo, had no idea the snap was coming. That would lead to some snapping practice on the sidelines. It was a quiet first quarter, no score, but check this out. Fireworks just south of us, and that would signal some fireworks in this game. Chance Cooper running it up the middle for the first score of the game that put Highland up on top 7-0. East with the ball, they give it to Shondale Ross, and this was really the story of their night. Highland defenders just swarming the ball carrier. But later in the drive, East quarterback Julian Herrera would drop back to find Raymond Marquez. Marquez picks it up on the left. We got to speed this up because he would cross fields, find a route down the right side, and take it all the way to the house, tying this game up at 7. But on the following kickoff, Hargestam would break loose following his blockers, and that little tug right there would be enough to hold him, take him down at the 40. Later in that drive, Zeke would drop back, and guess who he would find? That's right, Chance Cooper down there for his second touchdown of the game. Missed extra point, makes it 13-7, but dropping back. This time finds a wide open Peter Laird. Too easy for Highland. Cannons going off throughout this one, and the second half would be more from Chance Cooper. Highland drives down to East territory, give it to Chance, he takes it in for the touchdown. Later in the half, Coach Mike Gutierrez puts Chance in at quarterback. He takes it for the quarterback draw, and that'll be another touchdown for Cooper. Highland up big in this one. Still more than 7 minutes to go in the third. And how about a little icing on the cake? Highland again driving into East territory. Zeke drops back to pass, and that's Ernest Blake, all 5'8" of him going up to catch that one. Highland wins this one big. Yeah, huge win for Highland, 55-7, and we caught up with Mike Gutierrez before the week started looking at this East team. He thought it would be a close matchup. I caught up with him after this win and asked him how they were able to dominate on both sides of the ball and where this team can go from here. What's the next step for this team? Take it 1 week at a time, or are you looking maybe at a bigger?
Yeah, we just want to get better each week, and we know we have a very tough Chavez team, so we'll start focusing on that. I mean, it's good to get this win, but we want to keep getting better every week.
Chance Cooper, he had like 4 touchdowns. You put him in at quarterback late after he had like 3 touchdowns. What was the mindset? Was it just kind of give him the ball and see what happens?
We saw some stuff on film where we thought we could take advantage of just an empty set, and so it just worked out where it worked in our favor, so we just wasn't broke, so we wanted to stay with it. You know, our guys came out just firing on all cylinders and just played as hard as they could, and just we knew we had a talented group at the beginning of the year and a group that had a lot of potential. I think we're finally moving in the right direction and just playing to our ability the whole game.
Yeah, team firing on all cylinders, and a tradition that they do here at Highland. They fire a cannon every time the team scores. That cannon was going off all night. Well, still to come, we've got a lot more in the show. We went inside the program here at Highland, and we found out where this team draws its inspiration from, plus a tradition unlike any other here in Kern County. It's Friday Night Live at Highland High School. Stay with us.
Friday Night Live, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries.
Wasso! Chapter! Garces! VHS!
But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing we can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
What to Memorial Hospital? Mercy Hospital Downtown. Mercy Hospital Southwest. and Dignity Health Medical Group Bakersfield have in common? They're all part of Dignity Health. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Mix and match any two for just $5.55. Only at Carl's Jr. Now there's a new way to go all natural with natural hand-picked mushrooms and natural Swiss cheese. Introducing the Mushroom and Swiss All Natural Burger, only at Carl's Jr.
Hold on a sec. Are we gonna make it?
Almost there.
Well, I landed too, so we can go over it again. Right here is fine.
Anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
So many things.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, Dad, that's gross.
Safe trip.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mom.
For a limited time, lease the Audi A3 for $299 a month. Visit us at Bakersfield Audi, 6000 Weibel Road. Audi, truth in engineering.
KERO is pleased to meet its obligation to work with local organizations involved in employment recruiting. Contact our Human Resources Department at 661-281-3656 about receiving notices of the station's full-time vacancies.
Welcome back. We're still here at Highland High School, where they just wrapped up a huge win against their rivals East, winning this one 55-7. They really dominated on all fronts. They had a little shaky start. Both teams really did with their centers. The snaps would go over the head of the kickers, the punters, the quarterbacks. But at least in the case of Highland, they got that squared away and they took over the game on offense, defense, special teams. Chance Cooper with 4 touchdowns on the night, running the ball, rushing the ball. He was at quarterback and he ran it in for a score. Highland really dominated this one, and Mike Gutierrez, the coach, second year over there at Highland, he says this is just a step in the right direction on the track that they want to go. The end goal, of course, is to maybe take this to a section title, a league title, but next week they face a tough matchup against Chavez, a team that we saw earlier on Friday Night Live last week when they took on West. They really dominated West, so that'll be a tough matchup for Highland next week. But earlier in the week, we caught up with the program here, and we have a story now for you of someone who unifies this team, but you didn't see him in any of those highlights, and you won't see him in any future games, but he's as much a part of this team as anyone else on the roster.
It's Competition Wednesday at Highland High School. Random games like tug of war or this week's tire pull, where the loser has to do sprints. It's a concept second-year coach Mike Gutierrez picked up after a trip to UCLA.
It brings our team closer, but also just gets our guys used to competing every minute and every day of the week.
But on the outside of the circle is the unassuming figure of Ian Gonzalez.
He brightens my day every day.
He's never played on Friday night, and you won't find his name on the official roster. But by all accounts, he's a part of the team.
He loves the sport, he loves us. We're a family, and we include him in everything we do.
Ian is the team's water boy.
I love my job. I like being part of the team. They're like, we're family, and they're my friends, and everybody respects me.
Most football teams have that family mentality, but for Ian, that was hard to find. Growing up, the soft-spoken teen found it hard to fit in and was bullied throughout middle school. So it's ironic that on a team filled with jocks, Ian finally found a home.
I actually felt like I belonged here.
It's the whole team in general of every team's accepted him.
The team gives him positive affirmations like he's the best in the business.
Thank you, Iron Man.
Or there's no one else like him.
Quality H2O.
I like when they tell me this kind of things. They it really actually tell me I'm actually great, and then this is my first time ever this is happening to me right now.
But the positivity is a two-way street. Ian gives as much as he gets.
Anytime we see him at school, he says hi. No matter if it's a bad day, it's a good day, he'll say hi to you no matter what, and he'll love you.
And on the sidelines during games, even if the Scots are losing or have a bad play, he's there with a smile first and water second.
I've never seen somebody be able to keep people up like that and have such a good attitude all the time.
It brings you back to reality at times of you get so into the game and realize, man, this really is just a game, and we just have these great people around here that want to help us out.
Yeah, and a lot of teams here in Kern County have that family first mentality, so it really could be said of any team how they embrace players and teammates and people outside of the program. But it was very cool to see how Ian interacted with players, how the players interacted with him. He was a part of the team. Even on the sidelines today, he had that smile going. Of course, when you're winning 55-7, what's not to smile about? But pretty cool to see nonetheless. Well, coming up, we've still got a lot to get to. A tradition unlike any other here in Kern County. Plus, we'll whip around Kern County, bring you all the scores. Two big programs in search of their first win of the season. It's Friday Night Live at Highland High School. Stay with us.
Friday Night Live, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
One thing about living in Kern County is all the great schools. And no matter what school you go to, there's still one thing.
One thing! One thing!
We can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all.
Our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
San Joaquin Community Hospital's AIS Cancer Center. We're your plan for cancer care.
Hi, I'm Dr. Luis Mariscal with the AIS Cancer Center at San Joaquin Community Hospital. From traveling to texting, technology has changed the way we live. In the war against cancer, it's also given us new breakthroughs that have improved the way we diagnose, treat, and recover from. The Breast Center at San Joaquin Community Hospital is home to the area's most advanced 3D mammography. A recent study by the American Journal of Medicine determined that 3D mammography is 41% more effective at detecting invasive breast cancer. Today, we're able to catch cancer earlier, leading to better outcomes. Through video chat, our team meets weekly with the doctors from UC Davis. These virtual tumor boards allow us to share ideas and collaborate on the best treatment plans for our patients. Advanced radiation treatments that used to take 2 to 3 hours now take minutes. The AIS Cancer Center is home to the area's only TrueBeam linear accelerator. With this technology, our patients receive precise radiation that focuses on the cancer cells while minimizing the damage to nearby organs. Best of all, treatment can be completed in as little as 60 seconds. The AIS Cancer Center, we're your plan for cancer care.
San Joaquin Community Hospital's AIS Cancer Center. We're your plan for cancer care.
Upgrade to the improved 23ABC smartphone and tablet app.
Welcome back. We're still here at Highland High School. The Scots wrapped up a huge win against East, 55-7. And this program, their mascot is the Scots. This stadium is actually called Scotland Yard. They really embrace that Scottish heritage. And coming up right now, we've got something to show you. It's something not found in any other high school. Most high schools have a band line. They might have a drum line, but high schools don't have what you're about to see.
Some sounds are so unique that the minute you hear them, you can identify the culture. At Highland High School, the home of the Scots, it should come as no surprise that the piercing sound of bagpipes carries throughout the school.
Everybody's got a drum line, everybody's got a band, but you know, we're the only ones with a pipe band.
The only bagpipe crew in all of the Kern County high schools. And not only do they bring the noise, but students also wear the traditional Scottish garb.
I saw it and I was like, kilt, awesome, I'm in.
The band leads Highland's teams into their respective battles. On Thursday, it was the freshman team, and tonight, varsity.
When you hear the initial bagpipes, there's just a huge roar of cheering. It's kind of overwhelming.
There have been bagpipe bands in years past, but it wasn't until Doug Burdick started an after-school program 7 years ago that bagpipes came back. Fewer instruments are harder to play, so finding the commitment was key.
You have to have a lot of dedication to it. It's not something you can kind of say, yeah, I kind of play bagpipes.
But now that they're back, he's hoping students can embrace the sound and that there's a pipe band for years to come.
Well, let's get to some scores now. Ridgeview ranked the #1 team in the section, and coming up this week against a Bakersfield Christian team that picked up their first win of the year against Mission Oak last week. Ridgeview dominated in this one 47-14. Crosstown winless Independence going up against a South team led by Kerry Mills that put up 45 points last week. The South Rebels there won that 50-7. South will take on this East team that we saw here tonight. And a couple big power schools looking for their first win of the year, Bakersfield and Liberty. Last week, it was a close loss to a good Edison team for Bakersfield High School. This week, they just edge out against a very good LA team down there, Crenshaw High School. They win that one 22-21. Meanwhile, Liberty's coach Brian Nixon thinking if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. He stacked their schedule. They win this one against Buchanan 27-6. And that'll do it for us here at Highland. We want to say thank you to everyone at the Highland program. Be sure to join us next week for our game of the week. We'll be going to Bakersfield Christian, taking a look at how the Carr family has really taken over that program. They'll be taking on Wasco next week. Well, again, that'll do it. Have a great night. That'll do it for us here at Friday Night Live. Have a good one.